Hey guys, Billy Davidson here with Davidson Pressure Washing Painting right here in Hammond, Louisiana. Thanks for joining us in this video. We're going to talk about a little bit of safety when it comes to pressure washing. I know all you guys love the power wash just like us, but at the end of the day, safety comes first, because if you hurt yourself, you're not going to be able to do what you love, and you're not going to be able to make that awesome money that you've been making. Also, I want to mention here, go to BillyDavidsonVIP.com if you want to up your game in your pressure washing business. We got some really good training courses on there and some new ones coming, so please check back periodically. There'll be a link in the description. Also, I'll pin a comment. That means that's the first comment in the comment section to bring you to BillyDavidsonVIP.com. So, number one safety tip when dealing with our favorite tool, our wand. On this wand, I have a J-rod. I'm running about 12 gallons a minute, 3,500 PSI. So that's a lot of power. And that's a lot of potential for me to get hurt, or my workers, or people surrounding us. So a couple things I want to talk about, guys. Your hose connection that comes in here, whether you have a ball valve or if you just plumb straight into your wand, or either a quick connect, this is a potential hazard. I see a lot of guys yanking this around by the wand and letting their hose drag behind them. This is a weak point. This has been pressed on at a machine shop. This fitting right here is pressed on with a lot of pressure, and it usually holds up good, but you don't want to be yanking on this and this thing bursts right here by your head. So that's a good thing not to do, and good thing to know. Another thing you need to know is when you are pulling your hose, give it moral support. I always tell my guys, support your hose. That means if you're holding the wand, also hold the hose 12, 15, 16 inches down, and then you can give it a little tug. But don't be tugging on it like that, because if that thing comes loose right here by your ear, it's not going to be a good day for you, especially all of that pressure and flow. Second thing, we're going to talk about burst pressure. I know a lot of you have soft unloaders, and that's great. Those are good inventions, and I'm glad we have them. But if you don't have a soft unloader like I do, you build up in a good amount of burst pressure. If my machine's running 3,500 PSI, my unloader working properly shouldn't exceed over 4,000 PSI. But still, things break, and we don't know how much burst pressure we are achieving unless you have a gauge on it. So you have to be careful about this burst pressure. The machine's running, it's in static standby mode, but I still probably got 4,000 pounds of pressure built up in here. This thing's basically like a hand grenade. And the flow and pressure that comes out of the end of here that I'm going to demonstrate in a minute is phenomenal. So any body parts in front of it will take them off. Your burst pressure is almost like handling a weapon. Never point this at something unless you intend on cleaning it or destroying it. Guys, this is a lot of power. I'm going to demonstrate here. You're going to be able to see the kick, and then you'll see the machine reach its steady state, and then you'll see the kick almost like a shotgun blast, and then it'll go to a steady state. So that's the burst pressure. That initial pressure as it comes out is phenomenal. This will blow a window out of a house in a heartbeat. It'll blow siding off of it. It'll blow your finger off. Whatever you're going to point it at, it can definitely hurt. Another thing I want to talk about, guys, is using the proper tips and making sure these things are connected properly. This is a quick connect collar. This is very common in the industry for this to be on the end of your wand. This has got some ball bearings, it's got some mechanisms, it has an O-ring, and guess what? It's made by man, and it breaks occasionally. So you have to be on top of these things. If you see some wear going in, if it gets sticky and it's too hard to handle, you have to replace the thing now, because this thing can fail and shoot our J-rod or our pressure tip out like a projectile. And I mean up over a building. Like hundreds of feet this thing will go. So again, if this starts to deteriorate or degrade, you have to replace it immediately. This also can knock out a window, and you can ask me how I know this, because I've done it before, where a quick connect failed and my tip came out through a window, went through 2 windows actually. So this thing is bad, and also it can hit something and ricochet back at you. So another thing, when you're dealing with these quick connects, make sure that collar is pushed up and locked in all the way. I've done it before, you've done it before, we've all done it before, where that collar wasn't locked in all the way, and you pull that trigger, and you get that push of burst pressure, and there goes your pressure tip to the moon. Guys, remember those safety tips, because it could mean the world to you. Again, I'm Billy Davidson here with BillyDavidsonVIP.com, and I hope to see you in the next video.